Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on claims.
Claims this evening are $14,898,561.64. It includes tax agency payments of $13,725,881.64.
Move to approve the claims.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion?
I had a few questions. Thank you for answering them.
Oh, good. Okay. Anything else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on operators licenses.
Tonight, you're asked to recommend approval of 6 regular operator licenses contingent on payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city and successful completion of the background check for the period of February 27th, 2018 to June 30th, 2019 to Taylor Southerton, Eric Almquist, Danielle Bocchino, Robert Cornstalk, Brittany Arnold Cantor, and Rebecca Soderstrom.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on purchase of 2019 pickup truck for Public Works, Parks.
The city solicited bids for 2019 pickup truck. We got several bids, some from the local vendors, business people from town, and some from Wisconsin state bids. The low bid was from Hudson Ford for $35,490. Funding sources from the 2000 capital funds. Staff recommendation is to proceed with the purchase of the 2019 pickup truck from Hudson Ford. Just to clarify, there's a typo in there that says it will replace a 2005 dump truck.
Yeah.
Actually, we're replacing a 2005 one-ton, which we're going to utilize for different purposes, and we're going to replace the 1989 GMC 3/4 ton pickup that we have. We purchased that from the fire department, and we have been using that for the water truck lately. It's just hard getting parts for that, so we're I just want to clarify that that's the truck that we're going to be replacing, is the 1989 GMC.
Okay. Answered my question.
I move to approve the purchase from Hudson Ford in the amount of $35,490.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on Walnut Street Rehabilitation Construction Contract.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Last Thursday on the 15th, we opened bids for the Walnut Street Bridge rehabilitation. There were 5 bidders. They're listed in your issue sheet. PCI Roads was the low bidder in the amount of $293,873.05. The project is proposed to be funded out of the 2017 and 2018 Capital Projects Fund. We had an original budget amount in that included at $450,000. As you know, that we were successful in obtaining 2 DNR grants, one from Regional Trails, the second grant was from Urban Rivers. And totaling those 2 grants, we hope to get reimbursed $183,150. So with that, staff recommendation would be to award the construction contract tonight to PCI Roads LLC in the amount of $293,873.05.
Net to the city then is $100,000.
Well, we're anticipating that we're going to come under that $450,000 estimate at this point. That's yet to be seen, but for right now, the 450 is what we've been budgeted, and if you took off 183, I could get my calculator out.
But the budgeted amount was 390 for construction, and that's going to be actually 294?
Correct.
Okay, so the net to the city after deducting the grants is 100,000?
Correct.
Do you have a backstory on this PCI roads? They're not familiar.
They're a very large contractor out of St. Michael's. They do a lot of bridge work, a lot of DOT work in Minnesota. I did talk with them this morning. They are comfortable with that bid number. I tried to get a little bit more of an update from them on schedule, but I did not get time to get to that individual, or he didn't have time to get back to me. But they are comfortable with that bid, and our consultant said the same thing as far as their capabilities and that type of thing.
Okay.
I'll move to approve award the construction contract to PCI Roads in the amount of $293,873.05.
Second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Any idea why the Zenith Tech bid was so high? Wow.
Yeah, the range is pretty high there, from 293,000 to 634,000, but I don't have the specifics. It could be, somebody could be busier than another contractor.
Okay.
A lot of things go into their bidding practice, so.
Is there a second?
I seconded it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's great.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Discussion possible action on 2018 park user fees, boat launch fees, and sailboat mooring fees.
So at the February 6th Park Board meeting, the following items were discussed. Park user fees, Grandview Park and Burton Park user fees, they decided to keep the same fees for that. Lakefront Park band shell, the same. Just for reference, the 2017 band shell reserved 22 times, not including city organized events. Park and pavilion rental fees, they decided to keep the same. The boat launch fees are based off of Wisconsin State Parks fees, and that's what we can that's what we base our boat launch fees off of. Those are currently $8 for residents and $12 for non-residents. I guess there's an application if you want to go over that limit. You can apply for something. We never have done that. If you want to exceed the state park limits, we've never approached that. Sailboat mooring fees, they talked about keeping that the same, and maybe look at that later on once we continue with our vision plan and see if there's great improvements with stairways or things like that. So currently they just decided to keep everything at the same. So it's recommended by the staff that we continue with the fees scheduled as posted.
Two questions from me, Tom. There's a pretty big disparity for use for the shell between nonprofit and for-profit.
That is,
and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all about nonprofits, but I mean it's a pretty big. That's 3 times the cost.
and I think during some of the discussions, as I recall, that the residents are already paying taxes in Hudson, and it is a special use, so some of the fees, I can account for that. But with the non-residents, they're people that aren't paying taxes. They're coming using our parks, our facilities.
Did I read that wrong?
Not city, not
Non-city. I'm sorry, I read it as non-profit. I apologize.
Well, band
Oh.
shell is.
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
No.
It says non-city.
You said nonprofit.
Oh, there's nonprofit in the,
Nonprofit fees.
on the
It says
issue
nonprofit
sheet, it
and
says
profit.
nonprofit, but on the actual fee schedule, it says
Oh,
non-city.
okay.
Okay.
So I did read it right.
Non-resident versus resident, I think is what.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I read the same as you, Rich. It's
So I think I
nonprofit.
think it may be a typo on the fee schedule
Okay.
itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Never mind.
Do you had another question?
Yeah, do you have, by any chance, do you know how many days in the season the boat launch was down?
Well, this year, I think it was a good year. We started off with some high water. Boy, I think we had the $52,410 is what we collected.
I saw
this year.
that.
That's a good year.
That's a good number.
I think we budgeted about 40, 45 somewhere.
Yes, so it was a good year. How many days it was closed, I don't know. It was closed down a few times.
I know last year, a full year ago, 2016, it was closed quite a bit, but
And that was probably,
as we're talking about options for the boat launch going forward, I think it'd be good to keep track of the number of days that thing was actually closed.
oh, sure, absolutely. And the other thing would help, and I know we talked about different options, raising the parking lot, and I don't know if that's an option or not. I know we talked about with the vision plan, expanding parking, which would even create more revenue.
Yeah.
It would be nice, though, to do some improvements down there. Right now, the ramp itself is pretty not a high grade. It'd be nice to have a longer concrete slab in there, but maybe that'll come out when we do the vision plan and do the improvements down in that area. We had some money put away a few years ago, $30,000, but once we found out that to do it right, you have to actually put barricades and coffer the area around the boat launch, take all the water out, regrade it, and then put the concrete slabs in. And that job turned from a $30,000 job into a $100,000 job. So we kind of put that on hold and see what comes with the improvements down at Lakefront Park.
Okay.
I have a question. On the sailboat mooring fees, they've remained the same since 2009. What percentage of users are from Hudson and what percentage are from outside of Hudson?
I don't have that right in front of me. Tom, I certainly can check that. I do know that when we do the lottery, the people that have, if there's an opening, the people in Hudson they have first priority when there is an open spot. Then it goes down to the school district, and then city Wisconsin residents, and then non-residents. But the percentage I don't have right with me now.
What was the park board's rationale for not increasing it when the cost have increased?
Well, they just felt that right now the current fee was fair, but they did say that if we were to pursue it later, maybe that we would have a better insight to have a cost, and we could then explain why the fees go up.
I don't understand that answer.
Okay.
What costs have gone up, I guess, would be the question.
Yeah. Well, do you have an answer for that? Have the costs gone up?
We just felt that the fees and things that we do are, we're doing okay with the fees that we're currently charging.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Did we have a motion on this?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second the move on to council for discussion.
Okay, motion is second to approve. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on authorization to begin recruitment process for accountant and network administrator.
As you were notified earlier, Mike Kruger retired as of February 2nd, and we were notified that Kathy Hudson will be retiring June 1st, so we'd like to get the process started to fill both those positions.
Oh, I thought we did that already. Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Yeah, motion is second to approve. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. I skipped over 8. I guess I saw fee schedule. I thought we already did that. But discussion possible action on 2018 fee schedule.
In your packet is the 2018 fee schedule for the city of Hudson. It included the fees fees and charges that we just talked about for the boat launch, sailboat, mooring, and parks, but also it includes other fees in the city. Emergency Medical Services, the EMS Commission approved an 8% increase in rates to be effective on January 1st, 2018. So this is in that new fee schedule. And then Public Works is requesting to use the Wisconsin DOT equipment rates for 2018.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion on acceptance of DNR grant for wildland gear and approved equipment purchase.
Honorable Mayor, Finance Committee members, our wildland gear is coming up to the end of its useful life, and we were able to secure a grant through the DNR to pay for basically half of the cost of getting all new equipment. So we applied in the fall. This all went through our capital budget in 2018, so it's kind of more of a formality now to approve it and accept it. I'd like to thank Lieutenant Tom Barthman, who has worked hard on this. He also received a grant for us last year from the DNR that helped pay for part of our brush truck. So my recommendation is to accept the grant, and then we'll, out of the capital budget that we have budgeted for the balance.
This is an easy one. Move to approve.
Yeah. Second.
Motion and second to approve. Scott, are there any strings attached to the grant? Anything that's required or?
No, we actually, we're purchasing it through the DNR has their own, I guess you'd call it a store, and that's, I think we checked as about $4,000 cheaper than the next bid, so we buy it actually directly from the DNR to the stuff, so it's, not only is it a good deal getting it, but we also get a reduced price on the equipment, so it's, so, and there's no other strings attached to it.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Anything for future agendas? Anybody? Okay. Motion?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
Got a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Stand adjourned. Thank you.